Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Hofmann's Hot Dogs Highlights, brought to you by the Hofmann Sausage Company, making the finest handcrafted sausages and hot dogs since 1879. Guys in World War I ate Hofmann's hot dogs. Do you believe that? This show is brought to you tonight by them. Tonight, very exciting program. We had our first tournament last week on Cayuga Lake, the great Cayuga Lake, and the fish performed, and so did the fishermen. We had our second college team tour open for 2021-2020, and tonight we got the two first and second place teams. They are coming to you live. Both teams are from SUNY ESF. Both teams sacked up over 20 pounds of fish, and the team that won got over 24 pounds of bass. Now that is a day. That is trophy-style bass fishing, brought to you by Upstate New York. So here we have on our program, we have Alex and Nick. They finished first with just over 24 pounds, and we have Nate and Brandon, and they finished second with just over 20 pounds. We're going to ask them some questions. We're going to talk to them maybe about some of the new scales that we're using, brought to you by Connect Scale, and we're going to talk to them how they work a little bit. But let's bring them on. Let's say hi to some of the guys. Alex, why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hey everyone, how's it going?
And how about you, Nick?
How's it going, guys?
Your turn, Nate. Don't let us down.
I'm Nate from ESF.
And how about you, Brandon?
How's it going, guys?
So you guys had a great tournament. Why don't you kind of just give us a little bit of rundown, how the tournament started? Don't tell us where you caught the fish, but you can tell us like what part of the tournament. Any of you guys like put a 5-pounder in the boat in the last 20 minutes or anything like that? How did the tournament kind of play out for you guys? Talk first, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, we started off actually pretty slow. It took us a little kind of getting going and finding our water that we wanted. And then Nick actually started noticing the water temperature was going up and up as we got further back into our spot. And then started putting some pieces together because we kept hitting chain pickerel over and over, and started kind of putting some pieces together what the bass might want. And he hits a 5.5 to start the day, and then just kind of did everything from there. So
what were you guys looking for? I mean, obviously the rising water temperature, we did have a massive rainstorm the night before. I think some of you guys said it dropped the water temp, a good couple degrees, and we didn't have any sun to back it up the next day. So how did that attribute to it?
yeah, we found I had some rock piles that I've had marked for years now, and we found water that hadn't dropped because it was stayed muddy and murky and everything. And as we found that, the rock piles were the warmest thing in there, and that just kind of played into our favor, whereas everything around it was 47 to 49 degrees, but we found water over 50. So if they were going to be bass, they were most likely going to be around there.
Cool. Well, Nick, coming to you now, what were some of the baits you guys were keen on to get those bites?
We sort of caught them on just basically areas. So basically rock and 2 to 4 feet of our fish on cranes, caught spinner, caught a few on jigs. I know Alex caught a few on a Venom DK rig. So basically, you name it, we caught fish on it.
Cool. I know you guys did. When we looked at the results on the Connect Scale, form at the end, you guys logged, I think, easily, 10 to 15 fish. I think it was, at least, if not more. So you guys definitely had a good day compared to, I think, everyone in the state of New York after that rainstorm came through. So kudos to you guys for that.
Thanks.
Good day.
Yeah, definitely. Especially good to have in an event like that. So good job to you guys. Probably spin back here. Nate, Brandon, you guys, obviously they might have whooped you by a couple pounds, but given the day, you guys still, put the wood to them. Talk about what you guys were keying into.
Got the big jig fight, and then after that we actually went we ran around and stuff, picked up another on a chatter, and then we caught our last few within I think we had an hour left. I picked up a chartreuse crankbait, little rock pile. So we didn't get many bites. I think, Nate, what do we have? 8 bites all day, and 3 of them were small. So yeah, we only had 5 good bites. But we did lose a couple.
That's all it takes.
Definitely. I've been fishing out there a lot this year. It was definitely one of the slowest days I've had, but had definitely had to do with the water temperature and color too. They don't tend to sit on the rocks as well when it's clear.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. I know you had one. I think it was over 7 this spring. Right after I was out.
Yeah, I've caught 3 over 6 out there, and this year, and one was over 7. But it was a lot. The water was almost 61 in early April, and it dropped back down to around 50 beginning of May, of course. So
Right when it matters.
yeah.
Were you guys keen on main lake structure, or are you guys talking back on a few of the pockets and stuff, or even down south the lake at all, or what were you doing?
We stayed north of Union for sure.
We caught most of our fish in 2 little areas, right in the north end, not down by the bridges, but kind of halfway in between Union and the bridges. So yeah, they just kept kind of refilling throughout the day. Nate lost a good one. I lost a good one, so that could have put us up a little closer to Alex if we would have got those, but it happens. The one Nate lost, I got on video. It was pretty big, but didn't see mine. We'll never know.
Gotcha. How about you guys, Alex? We didn't ask you that. Were you guys keen way north, or did you guys find some fish, those fish down south, or what was your location lake-wise looking?
We took a pretty decent run. We went pretty decently past Union Springs and then sat in the same 50-yard stretch for 8 hours. So didn't have to move much, but yeah, we had a pretty decent run that we had to make at the beginning and end.
Cool. So interestingly enough for the viewers, we had a 75, can't say boat, kayak tournament go out that same morning unexpectedly when we scheduled the event. So what we did is something interesting, something we've never done before, in order to just kind of not risk running over any kayak guys or having any conflicts. We did what we call a soft launch, much like the MLF does. They can go out before it lines in. We tried that this week just for safety reasons with the kayak guys. Brandon, what did you feel about that? Was that kind of a nice thing to have? I know most of us up here in upstate New York are used to the kind of your boat number goes off and you're pedal to the metal till you get to your spot. Was that an interesting start for you guys?
Yeah, I definitely like that. I think it's a little safer too, because I've had a lot of experiences during blast off, guys crossing over each other and it gets a little sketchy. So I think it definitely eliminates that. And also just having the extra time to rig up at 10, 15 minutes when you get out to your spot. So I definitely did like that style for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick, so also as we mentioned, the Connect Scale platform, for most of our guys, this was their first experience with the scale. Last season we used the application, got the guys familiar with that. But the scale, what did you guys feel about that this week? It was new. Obviously, the Bluetooth features, some of the features that the app and the scale together have are pretty awesome. Did that help you guys, get the fish weighed and logged faster with those features?
Yeah, I think it was pretty seamless. Alex handled a lot of our phone and app stuff, but it was nice because we could have one guy fishing while we were doing all that. So, and it really only took one guy out for a minute or so. So I thought it was pretty smooth.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was pretty cool. And, during all of our events, we got another event, high school event this weekend, parents and, even you guys will be able to watch the weights on Canisius this coming week with the live leaderboard too. So really cool features for everyone to utilize. We don't allow our anglers to look at them. Usually we don't encourage them to, especially if they're out fishing, but it's always great for parents or, and any supporters. So it's a really cool feature that they do have. Chris, you got any questions for him?
Yeah, here's our first post-COVID tournament, and we have 2 teams from ESF kind of just really, kind of fishing your socks off there. Anything, you could say about the program at ESF, hopefully not derogatory, but just kidding, but just, in support of what's going on there. They're 2 good teams fishing really well to start off a season. It's got to be encouraging to the university there.
Yeah, I would say our program is definitely growing rapidly. I know the athletic director, he's helping a little bit more than usual And he said there's a lot of students coming in next semester too that are very interested in the team. We're working on getting a program better. Hopefully a coach here soon that'll, help us get organized. I've been doing a lot of it myself this year, and Alex and Nick have been helping me too. Pat is graduating, so he's our old president. He's done quite a bit for the club, and I'm excited to finally get to know everyone. It seems like it's all coming together right now. It seems like we're all getting to know each other, and it's going really well. So.
That's awesome. So, as we wrap up here, unless you guys got any other, tidbits you guys want to give everyone regarding Cayuga, next up's Erie. How you guys looking for that one as a team, as a school team traveling out there practicing, and even, you guys individually, Alex and Nick or Nate and Brandon, what are your guys' thoughts? You guys been out there before, all that? Alex, why don't you start?
I know Nick and I are really excited. That's our home body of water. We both live 5-10 minutes from it and everything. So been fishing it my whole life and just really excited to finally have a bigger tournament there. Going to try to help everybody else know what to locate, not give like exact spots, but help them be able to find water and find fish. And hopefully we can get a real good finish for everybody across the board once again, like this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Nate, Brandon, you guys have any thoughts about that next event?
I've never been out there before. I live in Rochester, so it's really not that far of a drive, but I'm excited to. Hopefully I can get out there next weekend, do a little practicing, and I think Brandon's pretty excited too.
Yep, I'm probably just planning on bringing a couple spinner rods, a couple jerkbait rods, just the typical smallie stuff, and yeah, we'll probably hopefully find some fish. Hopefully.
Well, congratulations, you guys. You guys definitely kicked off this year. This second event, but this season off right. So congratulations, and I'm sure the school is super proud of you guys, and I think you guys are gonna give it a run, the rest of the season as we give out that bid here at the last event. So congratulations, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, and thank you to SUNY ESF, two great teams. We got Alex and Nick, and we got Nate and Brandon. First and second from the same school at our first tournament this year. Big shout out to both teams and to SUNY ESF. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Hofmann Hot Dog Weekly Highlights. This is Chris Mashagna, the New York State Youth Director for Bass, and this is Mick the Stick Arndt, and we're tuning out, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in.